Donnie Wahlberg. Can you hear us? You there? You good?
I'm here. I hear you guys.
What
I
up,
thought you were
Doug?
going to have to write the questions down on the paper in front of you there.
No, the paper in
look at
front of
all
us
this.
has it's not questions. It's telling us about your tour. Which, by the way, so we want to get into the tour, but I want to tell you this. Isn't it wild? Because when you hear about the Super Bowl halftime shows with Usher and Rihanna, and I believe, just going off memory, that New Kids on the Block was the first halftime show for the Super Bowl. Am I right?
Well, I don't know if we were the first halftime show. I know they had marching bands and did different
Yeah,
things.
my sister was in one of those in 1988, and I believe you were 1989.
Yeah. It may have been 90, but we were approached, gosh, way back then by, I think it was Disney and the producers of the halftime show, and they said, we want to create a new thing where, a pop artist performs a major halftime show. And so they came up with this idea because the game was in Florida I think near Orlando, to tie it into Disney and do this whole production. And, we were really kind of the first version, I guess, of the new, contemporary Super Bowl halftime show.
Obviously,
we were
it went well because they kept winning.
Well, it went well. The only problem was not long before that game, the first Iraq war broke out. So the halftime show was preempted by a speech from the first President Bush. And so the halftime show in most areas didn't even air. It ran after the Super Bowl, was preempted, and they played it after the Super Bowl. So most people don't even know that it ever happened.
So let me ask you,
Wow.
so why don't
The crazy
you
part of it.
why don't you get that footage and post it and be like, hey man, this
We have it. We've posted it.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
We have it. There's been articles about it. Magazines have all started doing, articles and stuff. And I'm sure somebody at some point will do a documentary. Maybe we'll do it.
I mean,
but
hey,
That's pretty cool.
Can I tell you something? Like, I think we're about the same age, and when you guys were first hitting it, I was like, I want jeans like that guy because you had those torn up jeans. Like that's another thing. Huh?
those things were a serious risk.
I know.
I had about two pairs of jeans to my name at that time. I didn't have any money.
Dude.
I mean, I grew up really tough.
Look at I got
Oh,
my
no.
Donnie Wahlberg jeans on right now.
Here we
dog.
go.
Hey,
Oh my
There you
God,
go.
Donnie,
Hey,
ripped
now.
jeans. Hey.
I'm hanging tough.
The tribute lives.
See what I'm saying?
There you go.
I'm very
Well,
effective. Dude,
since
I
we're
have
sharing. I have on my Target pajamas.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you tell me where you got them. I'm gonna get those next.
Target.
Those don't look like municipal pajamas. That's for sure. That's probably not your thing.
No, you see the name brand everywhere.
Well, listen, thanks for
but
jumping on with us, man.
The ripped jeans, when I ripped those jeans, my mom came out and said, "What are you doing?" And I was like, This is the new thing. Just trust me, it's going to be great." And I'm cutting and cutting and cutting, and she was like, "You only have one other pair of jeans to your name." And I was like, "I got to do this though. This will be the jeans that everyone talks about if I get this right." And they did. I took a few lumps for it too, but
Dude, you're a
in the end, I
trendsetter.
think it worked out.
Think about it. You started the Super Bowl halftime shows. You started the torn jean look. So
Look
Both
at
of which
this.
are still around, right?
now I'm gonna start wearing sunglasses everywhere I go.
Oh my goodness.
Like this summer
Here we
tour.
go.
Yeah, it's early. I'm in my pajamas. I put the shades on because I'm happy asleep.
There he is.
All right, we'll leave them off. We'll leave them off for you guys.
I got to tell you, the now moms that have texted me and sent
I
me
got
notes.
coffee and Red Bull.
Oh,
That's
wow, fired up.
I was going to say the number of moms that have sent me notes about your tour, like you guys are going to do very well going on tour. It's time for nostalgia, don't you think?
I think it is. We're learning with each successive tour that we do that there is a real want to connect with I guess our childhoods, the old time of innocence in our lives and music and stuff. But what's also interesting is our fan base has evolved over the years. There's obviously the OG blockheads who've been there from day one and grew up with us and are still with us to this day, but they have second generation. They bring their families now. The husbands come, and they're like, "Oh, hey, I love Blue Bloods. I love Band of Brothers, and now I'm a New Kids fan." And there are fans who've discovered us on their own. We call them baby blockheads, this younger generation of blockheads who have found us. And I think what's cool about this tour is that the older fans want to tap back into what we used to do in the old days, and the younger fans never got a chance to experience that. And this reimagining the Magic Summer Tour all these years later will give everyone a chance to sort of go there with us back to sort of 1990, but taking it forward, making it modern, making it more fun and inventive. You know, technology is so much different back then. The stage was so bad back then. This will be really fun and exciting, and it will be a real trip down memory lane, but in a much a very forward thinking and technologically advanced way.
I gotta say, Rich here on my left got married about 6 months ago, and one of his wedding guests is going on tour with you.
That's right.
Who is it?
Paula Abdul.
Not DJ Jazzy Jeff. I would have loved to have DJ
That would've
Jazzy
been
Jeff.
cool.
Paula Abdul came to his
Yeah,
wedding.
you would have a great reception if he was the DJ.
No kidding. That would have rocked, huh?
He was getting married, and Paula was coming to the wedding, and because he was all caught up in the wedding, obviously, and I was sitting there waiting, and Paula shows up. She was at the wrong wedding. And so she comes over. She goes, "Oh my God, I missed the ceremony!" But she was literally, there were 2 weddings at the hotel, and Paula went to the wrong one. But
It's very Paula. It's a very Paula thing to do.
Yeah,
That's unbelievable.
I know. Well, it's very,
Well, hopefully she's not going to be late for any concerts. I think she'll
Hey,
be on time.
You just quickly went over your resume, but you totally left out. I mean, you probably don't remember the feeling America had, but when you found out at the end of the credits roll that was Donnie Wahlberg at the beginning of freaking The Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I remember going, "What? Do you know what that's like as
Yeah.
a viewer?"
No, because that was him. Right. He's like, can't
No,
relate.
but I did. I will say, there was a moment. I filmed in one day. I starved for 5 weeks to film in one day. And I did the scene, and then the next day they invited me, the director, Night Shyamalan, invited me to watch what they call the dailies, which is when the next day they look and see the day before's footage and watch it and make sure everything came out okay. And I was nervous to see it. So I didn't go into the theater with the crew and the cast and the producers who were watching. I went up into the projection booth. And when the scene started and the camera sort of moves across and reveals me in the bathroom, I did not recognize myself.
Yeah,
I
wow.
had the
Nice.
same experience that everyone else had. I was literally, I didn't realize over the 5 weeks that I'd been preparing for the movie how much I'd changed until I saw it on screen. And I literally I was shocked. I was
crazy.
like, oh my gosh, that's me. I couldn't believe it. But to me, that told me that I had succeeded in my goal for that movie, which was to transform myself into another person
100%.
and become this character that I didn't think I really should have even been cast to play.
Oh, you were
but
great.
in the
That-
end,
you were
I
great.
It
became
still
that
holds up.
Hey,
character.
also, I
So
think, and I'm just going by memory here, but
Thank
weren't you one of the kidnappers in Ransom 2, Mel Gibson? Or no?
I was, yeah. I
Oh,
was.
hell yeah. Give me back my son.
I got a little resume.
I know, up here,
Yeah.
bro. I'm a Danny Wahlberg fan.
Yeah.
Anyway, you got to go. We're wrapping.
Danny
they're wrapping us
Wahlberg.
up.
Donnie
Wahlberg.
What about
I-
Donnie? Do you
Oh
like
my
him?
gosh.
Jonathan Danny.
Donnie, I love the fact that you have your
Danny on
wedding
Blue-
picture.
I get it all the time now. It's Danny on Blue Bloods and Donnie in real life. So I can't tell you how many times people come up to me on the street. They're like, "Oh, Danny, take a picture with me at concerts." You know,
Just
it's,
roll with it.
It's like the Keith
I've
Kevin
definitely
thing.
confused my name now.
Yeah, my bad. But anyway,
What's that?
I said it's like the Keith Kevin thing. It was my bad.
Do you guys notice this wedding picture in the
You
background?
got
No, I
on
love
ripped jeans,
that.
man. You got on ripped jeans. You don't have to apologize for anything. All right.
Mic drop.
Yeah, we're gonna make him apologize. Right.
But anyway, it's the Magic Summer 2024 tour. Tickets go on sale this Friday, November 3rd. Man, that's tomorrow. Thank you, bro, for being on our show. Thank you very much.
And thank you guys for having me, and look forward to seeing you when we get out there.